Hello, this is Everything Entertainment, and this is my Disventure Camp episode, season 5, episode 6 review. And I just want to start the episode with how the characters are walking back from camp and how Fiore is so sad. It's not that big of a deal. I just like to see that she's much more emotional this season, at least for a little bit, than she was prior seasons. And I also like the scene with Natalia as a whole, like how Tom went and talked to her and they were still on friendly terms, and how she was quite angry at Spencer and Bruno for backstabbing her, even though it kind of makes sense for their gameplay wise. So I hope this don't lead to Spencer getting eliminated, because honestly, I'll be upset if Spencer get eliminated. Because this is kind of hinted later on in the episode that could be a possibility, and if he is, he should be a returnee. But the start of the episode was fine for the favorites side. Now, to talk about this scene with Anastasia and Gabby, it was a nice scene, but unfortunately, I do not care. Don't get me wrong, I care about Gabby, but right now, Anastasia is getting way too much screen time. Not like a lot, since I think the screen time Anastasia has used for the characters are good. But right now, they make her seem like a better character, which she is. She's not sexist like last season, but she didn't change. She just decided to point her blade somewhere else. Like she never met Alec. I get why she doesn't like Alec, but she never met Alec and decided he was the number one villain. That's why she flipped. Which is crazy that Lake and Rosa didn't actually like not mad at her, but never actually brought it up in discussion. Like, hey, you flipped on us. We had a plan. Like it all worked out nonetheless, but still, it's crazy that she got away with it. Now I believe she might be the next one out because her switching sides just showed she's not exactly a loyal person and is willing to be selfish. Like not in a bad way. She's much nicer than she was in her season. But that flip on Alex's vote just shows her that she's not as reliable as she seems. Also, I'm a little bit petty about Alec being voted off, but this scene with Gabby was nice, but it doesn't make you feel like it doesn't make you feel happy or any type of way. It just makes me think, man, they want me to like this character, but then 1 minute she's like a nice character, the next minute she's just season 5 character, season 4 character. I mean, with meaning behind her actions, and all I gotta say is, at least season 4 Anastasia was like had to learn. This one just season 5 Anastasia exactly the same character except giving reason to her actions. Like she could have like harassed the bad ones, like the people she doesn't like and deem them as bad guys, or also trying to blend in with the good guys. Now to talk about the fans, we get this cringy and not funny scene with Aiden and Evie, and it's just basically Evie just being herself, being absent-minded, while Aiden is now fully sick of it. Like, it's funny that he compared her and Evie to Jake and Miriam, and no, like, I'm not the biggest Jake fan, but season 1, Jake was somewhat tolerable when he wasn't crashing out, and Miriam was fine that season. She was pretty good. Still to the day, didn't want her to win, but hey, what can you do? And it's funny seeing Aiden just done with Evie at this point, just want to use her for that advantage, which she doesn't have, which they talk about later on, which is funny. But nonetheless, I do think I do think that Aiden wants her out when he found out she doesn't have advantage, but she will somehow survive. With speculation I will discuss later in the video. Now we get a Finn, Aura, and Olivia scene, and Finn was singing, practicing for the musical challenge. And based off the trailer in this episode, he is heated by the end of the episode, which I don't really blame him, but it's it's funny how Nathan had episode 6 of All Stars and episode 6 of season 4, Carnival of Chaos, have musical challenge, and I'm pretty sure that people have said that this season will have a musical challenge, but the fact that it happened on 6 and Finn won't be around to sing is just tragic and so funny at the same time. So we get Finn and Aura being themselves, and we see Olivia believing they are friends, which is really sad because clearly they aren't, but she thinks so, and just what have happened to her, she deserves it. I'll explain later, but she kind of deserves the backlash she gets. Before I talk about the challenge, I just want to bring up the fact that Emily had interns, and it took till like I think the last episode for them to finally be shown, which I don't remember I talked about it, but it's funny that she didn't have interns in episode one helping in the challenge, but then episode six, I mean five, episode five, she had interns and they appeared to help her with challenge, which makes sense. She couldn't do that challenge by herself. So it makes sense she had interns for that brief moment. But it's funny that up to this point she basically soloed the challenge by herself. She didn't need to do episode one by herself, but she was pretty much a superhero, and that was funny. I just wanted to add that in before talk about the challenge. Okay, before I talk about the challenge, I'm gonna talk about the reaction to Alec elimination. Since it's funny that the fans look at Alec elimination, they're like, "Oh my god, wow!" Or even like, "Oh man, that guy is gone." I just want to add that in this video because I like their reaction, and it kind of makes sense. Since Alec is the first official favorite to be booted, and since he's a major player, it's kind of a shock that he's the first boot. But anyway, I just want to add that in because I thought the reactions was pretty interesting to his elimination. Now, to talk about this challenge for real this time, it's basically three teams have to go to point A to find keys, then go to point B to ride the ride. And it's a simple one. I do like that they back in season four, please. They had to take a helicopter to get here. The Carnival of Chaos season, the like circus and whatever. I do like to get back here instead of usual same challenge. That's like what Also's problem was a bit. Some of the challenges felt out of place. Like they still felt good. I think Alsos have the best challenges in the seasons, but like they felt out of place. And even though season four had a weird concept, all the challenges was unique, and this one is unique for this season. Like of course, they're gonna bring back a challenge that happened, and a recent one at that. Like not like exactly the same, but like similar. And I do like that they did that. Like I'm not trying to bash on the challenges. I do think the challenges so far this season are good. It's just that they're not executed the best. They could be executed slightly better. But like this one, it was a nice way to test the fans and their knowledge of the season and see what they got. Obviously, the famous ones combined with the fact that they do have like four people that was here on this season, and Olivia did once again got what she wanted, and that it was sabotage her own team. But that's not the challenge for it. That's more of the character characters involved. It's a nice challenge. It's simple, and I think the interactions once again carry the challenge because they just have to run over the place and do simple things like find the keys, ride the rides, and then go back for the team to win. And I like the challenge. Not the best one. I still think that uh episode the last episode might be the best challenge for a team base and for like last episode was the best challenge for a team. And the first one is still my personal favorite, but this one might be the unique and yeah, the most unique of the season so far. And I do like the challenge. Now, I want to talk about the interactions because I did say the interaction was the best part of the challenge, and they are. Usually, they are. But before I go into that, I'm gonna say the setup rule is stupid. Honestly, I'm just starting to get pissed at it because honestly, what was the point of it? Last episode, they just couldn't rotate with wait, you know what? Good fix. This episode is randomized. Like, I get it. I get it. They have too much players on one side. They have to even it out. But he should have really done this since episode two instead of doing it now. Like if they did it episode 2 where Benji sat out and then in episode 3 he couldn't do that, that would make him in the I think the cornfield episode 1, that episode 1 be understandable why he was sent out in the next one, and then he could not sit out in the water one because randomized, and they could have randomized it again. The setup was stupid. I don't like it, and they almost made me hate Benji for doing that this episode, but luckily they did it. And Tom was in the challenge because it was randomized. And if he was, Tom would have been pretty broken. And after his last episode where he beat Alec in a tiebreaker, I honestly didn't want him to get screen time. So on some level, it's a good thing that we have this set up rule when we get some characters like Tom don't really need the screen time right now. So him sitting out is necessary. But Benji, come on, man. Like, Benji not even my favorite, but at this point, I'm getting ticked off that he's willingly. Like, there's no excuse for him not to participate in this challenge. He should be dominating this challenge. The fact that he was willing to sell is just ticking me off. And he shows no hint that this is a gameplay move at all. Like, seriously, the complaints on Benji is justified this season because he is really trying to sneak his way past challenges, even though this challenge was his to win. And it takes me out that he doesn't have that drive he has last season. I'm gonna skip past some interactions like Gabby, Anastasia, and Ali, since they don't get a lot, and Gabby and Anastasia only finished their conversation from earlier, so I don't really need to talk about them. And I'm gonna skip Evie, Olivia, and Finn interactions since Olivia and Finn got a better one later after the challenge, so I'll talk about that. So I'm going to talk about Noah, Sam, and Ren interactions. And Sam wasn't really part of this trio. He had a better interaction with Spencer, Lake, and Bruno later on. So I'm going to save that later. So I'm going to just focus on Ren and Noah. Before I talk about Ren and Noah, I just want to first bring up the fact how cool they was. Noah fist bumping Nina was just so dope. Unironically, like everybody's scared that she's just chill. That's a great moment for her. And Ren being the most athletic person that ever existed in the show. Seriously, he's quite busted, and it shouldn't be making sense. But I like to see it nonetheless. It's really cool. Now to actually talk about Ren and Noah interaction, how this may be the weakest, but still nonetheless one of the best of the episode because Noah is kind of a judgmental, antisocial individual. So the fact that Ren left the circus, something they love to do something else in life, confused her and made her think about her life choices because why would someone who had a good life leave to do something else? And it got her thinking and reflect on how she should view the world a little bit. Even like she's confused on why one would leave their life, a good life, for something else so kind of easily. But like Ren said, they got bored and this conversation was a good one because it really put into perspective how Noah doesn't really value a lot of things in the world. Nonetheless, she should really start thinking about her life and how she could make her life better because a friend who had a good life, something they love to do in life that made them happy with a passion, just move on to something else, then she should reflect on her life and try to do something that can make her happy. Now, before I talk about Lake, Bruno, and Spencer dynamic, I want to highlight Sam's intelligence and sneakiness by getting information out of Bruno and how just with his kindness and the conversations, he was able to hinder tonight's vote and push it in his favor, which I really liked. And it was like a couple of seconds. It was a really amazing, and it's really good to show you how great analyze Sam is. Like he could analyze a situation and push it to his benefit with only a few seconds of a conversation. And how he kind of caused some tension between Lake and Spencer. Now to talk about the Lake, Spencer, and Bruno dynamic. And once again, Bruno in this situation is the third wheel of the dynamic. And it's mostly about Lake and Spencer and how Lake doesn't really like Spencer's attitude. Which, come on, Spencer, you're doing this again. Did you not learn anything from season 4? You can't you can't make plays like Jade if you're outwardly antisocial like you did in season 4. But honestly, I'm going to defend Spencer. This is on Lake this time. Don't get me wrong, Spencer's attitude is just wrong, and it's ruining his gameplay once again, obviously. Seriously, like, being disrespectful to Bruno this entire time, and even saying things like he doesn't know strategy, even if it's true, you should have said it out loud. But I have to say, Lake is in the wrong this one. Because they are in the game. Like, seriously, take the challenge seriously. Like, that's how Aiden got eliminated. He tried to play the game and have friends, which you can do. It's just that you should play the game first and build friends second, in my opinion. Let it happen naturally. But like getting mad that Spencer really is the best. Like Spencer have a nasty attitude, but making yourself the target of that nasty attitude is just a bad play on Lake, which doesn't make sense because she's out of the three in her alliance, and it says her is a target because people don't really like her and Rosa what is not that good in challenges. So I understand why why they will be targeted over her. But by putting yourself on Spencer radar, you're now getting attached to someone you don't need, which seems small since Spencer is kind of hated by like 1/4 of the cast at right now. But at the same time, it's like it's not right. Like I'm on Spencer's side on this one because this how she got eliminated in All Stars. She didn't have to eliminate Aiden and make it a big deal, but she got eliminated because of her morale. And if you wasn't going to commit to that alliance, you should have tried to be in it to begin with. Like you like, oh, I'm not voting for him, and then still try to play the game however you like, and get mad at Ellie for outwitting you. I'm on side of Spencer, even though I don't like his attitude, and it's clearly back. It is clearly not working for him like it did in season 4. I can't get mad at him at this one. This is on Lake, and she's clearly just being too much at this point. Like Spencer does have a bad attitude, like I keep repeating, but like just finish the challenge, congratulate each other, and that's it. But instead, you want to make yourself the target. I hope she get eliminated over Spencer because I ironically Spencer like had her from Total Drama and Sam is like Alejandro. Like the fact that Spencer is way in the negative even on his own team, even from people that don't even know him, is crazy. And the fact that Sam is more not more villainous than Spencer, but more willing to hide it. It's like at least you can respect Spencer honesty. For Sam, he's clearly playing both sides of any team is on everyone actually, his team and the other team. But like it's funny that I thought Fiore was going to get the head of treatment. I guess not this season because our nation. I don't know what our nation's going to do with Fiore in the future. I don't think she's winning this season. I still do have Spencer as my winning pick because honestly, it kind of makes sense. He get a lot of attention, not enough that makes him in the spotlight, but he is in it enough to touch and be the focus. And Sam is the clear finalist, and they're setting them up as to be rivals since he's the only one noticing, besides Audrey, like the only one logically noticing Sam being Two Face. So yeah, I like the Lake Bruno and Spencer dynamic mostly because they're arguing and it actually gives Lake something else to do. But honestly, I'm just a little annoyed at Lake attitude. Like like I know Spencer is a piece of work, but seriously, like just play the challenge, win the challenge. They did win it, and just congratulate each other. That's it. It's not that hard. So yeah, this is the second best dynamic of the game, and I don't fault Spencer that much. Don't get me wrong. He treated Spencer like Bruno like garbage. Not like terrible, but like garbage majority of the time. But still I'm on his side over Lake and I hope he lasts longer than Lake. And if he does get eliminated, he have to be returned the automatic. Because so far he's the only one noticing Sam attitude and if no one noticed Sam attitude, it would have been kind of a boring season, honestly. Now we get to the best interaction of the episode, and that is the trio of Rosa, Natalia, and Fiore. Mainly because they all talk with one another. It's not just two people talking and there's a third party. All three of them talks to one another. And the best part about this is how they work among each other. instead of arguing, they're actually game planning and actually having good conversations. To start off with, I'm going to talk about Rosa and Natalia bond. Like their short chat while they run around the carnival was nice, and they really humanized them. Like they don't like it's not that serious, but it's nice to see that they're not just in their separate groups and they can't build bonds. The fact that they can talk to one another while hating each other guts really shows that these people are still people and they're just playing a game. They get strategized, but there's no hard feelings, at least for Natalia and Rosa in this. And that what makes this interaction so great since the interactions is on Natalia's side going three ways. The first way is Natalia and Rosa, then Natalia and Fiore, and a bit of Fiore and Rosa. What I mean by this is Natalia is the main focus of this trio. For Rosa, she's getting along with her buddy, and I think in the next episode it's gonna be uh Rosa Alliance and Natalia Alliance combining together to get either someone on the other side eliminated, such as Benji, to take over the team. And I think this is when Fiore and Natalia will flip on that alliance and give it a Anastasia only because it's kind of setting that up way too easily. Even though Spencer and Benji also in the hot seat with Benji not participating and Spencer being himself, being a fast social for player as always. That's why I think that end of season might be the next one out if the favorites lose. But I don't think I think it's likely that because they won this one and they might lose the next one. But what makes it trio good, like I said, is the fact that Natalia is the focus, and while she's buddy with Rosa, she is game playing with Fiore. Fiore is smart enough to know she doesn't have a good social standing on the team. Without a gun, now she lost a not shield and helper and ally, so she needs a partner with someone, which I kind of predicted was gonna be her or Spencer. And I'm glad it was mostly her because it makes sense to be on the Spencer line. I don't know how well that like I thought it would be Spencer and it'll be Fiore, Spencer and his lines and Ali and Data lines and Nutella will flip. But I like this better too because both of them have strength in the game that each one of them don't really have. Fiore is a smart character, one of the best strategists in Disventure Camp. It's just that her social game kind of sucks. After going on a good run in season one, even after getting exposed, her run was so good in season one. But she's not really a social player. She's too dominant. Even when she's trying to build allies, she's uh kind of undermine them. Like I get all stars with her best run, but if you're gonna create an alliance with Jake and Ali, don't be like I'm taking charge and I'm making all the demands. That was just a bad play on her to start off trying to get but the reason this works for them is the fact that Natalia is a great PR character. She's able to build bonds and kind of go unnoticed. She only got eliminated in season four because she's trying to make a big play, which was kind of dumb on her part because she didn't really need Anastasia to get eliminated at that moment. But it goes to show you she's great socially, but not strategic wise. So I think them coming together and working together is a good play on both parts because I do think if they work together, they'll be able to make the merge. I actually do think both of them will make the merge. Because honestly, them working together is something that they have strength to each left and they could cover for each other. Making the lines actually double. Well, no, it'll be a 3-2-2-2-2 situation right now. Because even though Natalia isn't exactly flipping at this moment, she is planning on get NSAs out. Which to be fair, I understand, but in my opinion, I do think she should at least try to wait to the merge to get NSAs out. But knowing Natalia and how emotional she get, she's not really gonna last that long. So yeah, I can see this alliance working out for a bit, maybe even Fiore flipping on Natalia. But I do think if Anastasia is going to be out, I do think Lake might be the next one out because I don't see Spencer getting eliminated. If he is, he should return. Like I said earlier in the video, if he is, he should be returning. But otherwise, I don't really see Spencer getting eliminated because Fiore had beef with Lake a little bit. Like, she's not taking this game too personal, but come on, you can't keep going off the same character twice and not suspect the character get some sort of get back. But anyway, this was the best trio of the episode because it was just well rounded. Social plays, gameplay, and so on. And all three characters that they talk to one another, they bounce off each other. And it was just nice to see that from this episode. I was a little worried I was a little worried on how Fury gonna handle addict elimination. Don't get me wrong, she's a smart person, but her running also was bad socially. Like she really was bad socially. And this team up with Natalia is a good backup plan for Natalia because yeah, working with Fury is risky, but like at the same time you get an extra vote, you get a safety net on some level. And Fury, yeah, get some shield from one another because Gabby and Tom isn't that reliable of a team. Like they loyal to some extent, but they're not that good of a duo to have at your back. I think I'd rather take Lincoln Rosa over Gabby and Tom in the alliance. Because Lincoln Rosa is like 100% committed. The fact they didn't give Anastasia a backlash only goes to show you how committed they are. But anyway, I do think end of season might be the next one out, and I'm really happy to see Fiore gameplay on her own because I do think she's gonna make the merge, and I do think she's gonna have a quite a deep run because she is a child. She makes the merge. I doubt anyone will actually target her very soon. At least like by like 3, 5 episodes after the merge, at least until they realize maybe we should not have a kid here because a kid will be too hard to tackle in challenges. Like they don't want to hurt her, so might as well get her out so we could tackle the adults. If that makes sense. Yeah, so far, Natalia Rosa and Fiore had the best interaction of the episode, and they would like uh the best. I want to give an MVP to Fiore and Natalia. If I had to pick one, Fiore, obviously she had the gameplay on her own, and she's by herself with no allies, so it kind of makes sense. But it could go either way for between Natalia and Fiore. But anyway, that's the challenge. The challenge was pretty good. No debate. To wrap the video up, I'm just going to talk about the elimination and combine order parts after the challenge and the elimination. So the quick fire, Finn have every right to be mad at Olivia for what she did, sabotaging the challenge, which is wrong. He did take it too far, but I don't think he took it as far as people think. He just ruined his social game. And in Disventure Camp, people often play with emotions than logic. Even though when even though Ren admitted that eliminating Aiden would be the better move, he decided to eliminate Finn because of what he did with Olivia. So yeah, even though I understand Finn anger toward Olivia, he clearly messed up his social game. At that moment, it was obvious that he was going to get eliminated, which he kind of had it coming. If you saw the trailer, he admitted he was not going to play like nicely to everybody. He wasn't going to be as social as people want and show the true actions of actors, which I get it. He's going to be himself essentially, and I don't blame him for that. But yeah, he looped his game. Now to talk about Sam and Ren in this episode, like to talk about the conversation they had, it was good. Ren tried to outmaneuver the situation by trying to get Sam to flip, which Sam did later on, but Sam manipulated Ren into using the idol and essentially wasting it for no reason. But I like that Ren decided to at least try to get Sam to flip while actually using the idol. It actually got to show that Ren is more strategic than we give it for. And the fact that Sam hinted at Evie not having an advantage go to show how quick witted he is, like how strategic he is. He basically gave Ren a hint that Evie doesn't have an idol. So you should use the your advantage right now to change the tide. And I hope Ren catches on to this because that's a big hit just to drop. And it was clever of Sam to do that. But honestly, if I was Ren, I would at least figure out some level that Sam was manipulating him. Now we get another great scene with Ren with Duna and how he knows that the strategic move will be eliminated Aiden for multiple reasons. He's the leader of the Alliance. He's not that good physically. Aiden's physical abilities differ from episode to episode. One minute he could do incredible things, like at least push heavy stuff, and the next minute he can't lift a bucket. But anyway, yeah, he had this nice conversation with Duna, and honestly, I respect the conversation a lot.
mainly because it goes to show you his character that he is smart enough to play the game, but he's not gonna put it over his feelings in the game. Like he's gonna play the game second and put the feelings first sometimes. It was nice to him to be that kind of character. It makes him way more likable. And then even though I rooted for him before, I want him to win more now. Because it shows you that he have a heart and he's smart. Like I don't want a character that's just smart. Like I don't want a character that's smart and completely heartless. Than a character that's really nice but really dumb strategically. Like I want a mixture. I want to be nice and kind of social, kind of evil, but not evil to the point that they're hated by everyone. Now we get to elimination, which Ren plays as Idol. Great Idol play. Nice to see Olivia genuinely shocked. Now she thinks she have a friend, which she kind of does. Not really, but kind of. And honestly, this elimination was pretty good. A nitpick though. The only nitpick though was oh like the elimination was good. I'll explain it right now. The elimination was good. Ren used the idol. Seeing Olivia's voice got kept was good too. I like Olivia, so for me, it was great. Seeing Ren react to like saying I love this song to Olivia name not being called out was just masterful. It was just adorable too. Then we get the funniest moment of the episode where Finn name pops up and then Aiden like, oh thank God. That was peak comedy right there. I There's no way to explain it that Aiden was absolutely gold in that scene. Pretty happy that Aiden was happy that his name was it. Even though it was any other day, he would definitely been the one eliminated. But that was funny. And the best part about the elimination, even though it was predictable, is that Ren did end up wasting Idol. Don't get me wrong. Even if he went out knowing Sam and how he would vote, even if even if like the conversation with Sam just wasted the idol, because if he did it, then the idol would have been used. But that after the conversation with Sam, the idol was wasted. And don't get me wrong, a waste of idol doesn't mean it was bad. This is a good strategic play since season one where the idol was wasted there. But the difference is it was wasted good here, unlike season one. Don't get me wrong, season one idol use was good from Tom, showing Attic and Fury's mischievous side and showing how smart Fury is. But this one was, I think, better logically because honestly, Tom really should have thought for a second how to use the totem like Million pressure him, so I don't blame Tom. But at the same time, this one is better because Sam flipped and just got on the majority side again, technically basically wasting the idol, and pretty much playing both sides to his benefit. Which I hope Ren finds out because honestly he needs to find out because it's crazy that he generally doesn't suspect it. But like Sam is a nice guy, but if he done that to me, I would have been heated and suspicious on some level. Now to talk about the only nitpick of the elimination or being sad, like seriously, we have not seen Finn and Ola at the connect. Like episode one, they're already buddy buddy. Like I watched the trailer through time, they don't have no connection there. Unlike the favorites where we got so much episode of them and so much interaction, it makes sense how they're buddy buddy since episode one. But the fact that they was already buddy buddy since episode one just doesn't make sense. It's like come on, they were already friends by episode one. It was like crazy. But that's honestly a nitpick. No complaint there. Besides that, this elimination was pretty much perfect and might be the best elimination of the episode. Which is funny because even though I'm biased with Alec elimination, I could admit that Alec elimination was handled pretty good. Not from strategic wise, but from storytelling wise, it was pretty good. But this one is pretty much the best elimination of the episode. Besides Aiden, that's my personal favorite. But that was ruined because he got saved. But honestly, I like Villain Aiden. So yeah, objectively speaking, this might be the best elimination of the episode. They cover all the basics. It's strategic. It's fun. It's entertaining. I like Finn, but he had it coming, and he kind of deserves not to last that long after the way he just nuked the social game. Like this elimination is the best so far of the season, and I have no problem with it. Even though it's crazy that Olivia basically sabotaged the challenge and got to stay in. Like it's crazy that happened, and Evie is still there. That's she's supposed to be the first boot, but it's crazy that she's still here. It's funny. It's funny that's happening. So overall, I give this episode a solid. seven, eight, 7 or 8 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. Let's put it in the middle, 7.5 out of 10. Mainly because this episode was pretty good, got good screen time use. Only problem was Benji, honestly, and the nitpick was our reaction to fan animation. And besides that, I can't wait for the next episode because Aiden wants. This is the part where Aiden wants Eve to use their advantage. She have no idea what he talking about. It's gonna fall in his face. Oh my god, that's gonna be so good. If Aiden get eliminated, was him crashing out. This is gonna be him crashing out even harder. I can't wait. Next elimination, I had honestly see the favorites losing because there's no way the fans can win. Like it'd be a part of one fan, then two, then one fan, then one favorite, then two fans, then one favorite. Then it will go on again. It should be a favorite. It most likely is a favorite. I can't see a fan losing again. I think the fans might lose 2 times in a row. But besides that, Anastasia might be next and probably Lake. I don't see Spencer going home unless Bruno flip. But that's only my prediction for now. Anyway, enjoy the episode. This episode was great, and like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day.